More than 100 people died from the death dance. It was July 1518 in the city of Strasbourg when a young woman named Frau Trophäa walked into the street and started dancing. She looked so happy, as if she couldn't control herself. Her feet slammed against the ground with relentless energy. By the next morning, she was no longer alone. Her movements weren't of joy. Her face was full of fear, and exhaustion consumed her, but something unseen forced her to continue. Was it madness, a curse, or something even darker? Soon the streets were filled with dancers. At first it was only a few, but soon over 100 people were dancing with madness. People watched, confused and scared, as the dancers couldn't stop. The dancers didn't rest. They kept going day and night. Some even died from exhaustion, while others danced until their bodies could take no more and collapsed only to rise and dance again. But what was causing this? No one knew. The city's leaders were so scared, they desperately called for doctors. Doctors diagnosed the dancers. And what was the cause? Overheated blood? The remedy? More dancing. Musicians were hired, and stages were built, in hopes the frenzy would burn itself out. But instead, the dance grew more fiercely, and the number grew drastically from 100 people to 400. People were traumatized and scared. Was this divine punishment? A curse? Will they be next? Witnesses whispered of demonic possession. The city, once bustling, was now consumed in terror as their fellow citizens danced themselves to death. After about a month, the dancing finally began to fade. One by one, the exhausted dancers collapsed, too weak to continue. Those who survived were broken, both in body and mind. Many of them never fully recovered. The city was left in shock. It was the strangest phenomenon. Scholars have since speculated that the cause is a fungus that causes hallucinations. Mass hysteria fueled by despair, a time when a large group of people under stress and fear start to behave in unusual ways. But none of these ideas explain everything about what happened in Strasbourg, and no one can say for sure why it started or why the people just couldn't stop. The dancing plague of 1518 is one of history's strangest mysteries. We may never know exactly why it happened, but it's a reminder that sometimes the scariest things are the ones we just can't explain. What would you do if it happened again? Tell us in the comments and stay tuned for the next one.